the modded community like pushes and makes that is just not going to be possible like in like the base game. There's like always going to be room for different mods and other mods and things like that. So like
Create
it's
aeronautics with its current performance.
yeah, it's always going to be a moving like target for like both of these things, I think.
Yeah, I just want to add as well, like, right, data packs data packs are obviously going to continue to improve a lot, but ultimately they are still going to comply with I guess, the vision of how Mojang sees Minecraft. Like, all of the features we get in data packs are like features that have been added to the game to add its content. And I feel like, mods are literally changing the game itself and what content can be in that game. And I also just want to point to the fact that I think they're two very unique mediums. And I think it'll be a bit of a tragedy if we lose modding as a medium, or like I think it's good that we have two distinct mediums of Minecraft content.
But there's one more extra thing to add. The modding has the biggest problem of it is being stuck on a certain version most of the time. At the moment, it is 1.20.1. The casual player base, I would say, is more so goes for the latest update. There is definitely a huge part of the player that just goes for modded stuff and then just backports the new stuff, etc. But I think that is not. I won't count that as a casual player. That's a different kind of player base. The database have the added extra of actually being able to be on the latest versions a lot easier than mods, which is also, especially for casual player base, this question, as question specifically tells, I think it is bad. Like, it will just be able to be a lot more used. And that is, I will say, what means of replacing mods, because this is basically not quote unquote replacing it per se, but it being a more used version of it in a way, in the eyes of the casual player base.
Okay. Anyone else want to add on to anything before we move on to the next topic? No? Okay, next topic. Mojang's rapid update schedule causes more harm than good for developers.
I think especially with how the drop system has been working and the fact that we are all develop data packs and not mods, I think it's for us at least it's been more beneficial than detrimental. I know for a lot of mod developers it has been harder, but at least for me that I don't have like my projects are not that big as to say that new features are not helping me. The new features are helping me at least a lot more than they are hindering my work.
I know I'm like a unique like case for like data pack stuff, but most of my stuff that I make for videos is entirely broken, and it's not really possible for me to go through and like fix a lot of things because like some of my data packs are like hundreds of megabytes with like long strings of text and stuff like that that I have to like change. I don't know. I did it all manually and stuff, and that it breaks it. So like, but I do think that. Well, I'll say one more thing that it's hard for people unless you are constantly in it like all the time to like figure out okay what changed and how to update it, and without like looking at like the last time that you were really active like in the community. So like if a year goes by or just a couple months and we've gone between like all these different versions, there's like so many little things that might have broke stuff, and then you just have to watch like Conyers videos to like figure out exactly what why.
Yeah, they are very useful to update these things, but I haven't. Well, I didn't think about that when going all the way over here. That I guess for someone that isn't constantly keeping up with all the changes, it can be a lot more difficult. Because with the changes of the next update, the 26.3, the changes there were definitely a lot, and if you hadn't read any on the of the change logs, and you just made the jump from 26.2 to 3, then maybe it is a bit more detrimental.
Yeah, especially with the development of animated Java. It has to support versions 1.20.4 through the latest. It currently has 7 different export targets that all are chosen between based on which version, and a lot of them have huge major changes that are very difficult to propagate changes through. Because I always work in the 1.20.4 version, and then propagate the changes up and add new features that either improve performance or change how the code works in the later versions. And that's always really difficult, especially since I have to go through like 14 different version change logs.
That sounds like hell. Yeah, I think I'm probably more on the it's good side. Like I'm more like disagreeing with this probably right now because I don't have a big data pack project that I'm trying to like keep updated. I just kind of let my data packs die in the version that they were made in. But I'm someone who's really like enjoys following the snapshots every week and also just seeing like the massive improvements to the technical side of Minecraft. And like there is a bit of a sadness, like it can lead to people like me, you know, just abandoning data packs and leaving them in an older version. But it's also kind of like that's a snapshot of that time period of the game as well.
Mhm. I like
Uh,
like the quick like snapshots and everything like
Yeah.
that, but like I like prefer like the older style before the game drops when there was you know they had a lot of snapshots with like with the same like changes and everything, but then there was a version and then that had
Mm.
all
Major
of these
version
things
yearly.
like in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the quick prototyping is supposed to be part of the snapshots, not the versions themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like my RDTV project is supporting from 1.20.6 to like the current version, and we are currently updating it to 26.3. I can definitely see how annoying like our case is also kind of unique in the sense of we kind of just needed like for example 26.3. It is like we just gotta basically like translate everything in a way which is annoying, but if you are active like every 3 months, if you are just keeping it up, if you have like that kind of dedication to that project, it takes like a few days, like even 26.3, even though how big it was, it took us like just 2 days of working to actually get everything going again. And on top of that, we are getting a lot of data pack functionality through this update like I'm pretty sure one of the reasons they switched to this was basically because to like slowly revamp the game into being more data driven and basically just fixing up the game's code during it, which yes, development process kind of gets harder, especially if you are not always actively develop like every 3 months basically just coming back to your project. But it does give us a lot more tools to work with, which is I don't think we can just ignore that while going for this because the update schedule is one of the reasons why we are getting this kind of stuff in the first place.
Okay, so you see a sort of, and you've seen it in the past with the rapid fallout of, mods. So I think they had a mod wave for mods that stayed perpetually on 1.8.9 and a couple on 1.16 as well. Do you think we'll see something similar for data packs in the future?
Probably not, unless there is like a feature that is amazing and Mojang removes it for some reason.
Mhm.
I can only see it happening in that situation because it's most likely what we get often in these updates are just new features and some breaking changes here and there, but like not bad changes, not changes that remove capabilities for us. So I couldn't see a reason why that would happen.
The times it has happened in the past, Mojang was quick to add a new way to do that functionality, like with the teleport change that caused entities to dismount. They added the rotate command because we were like, hey, we need this functionality. So
Yeah, I can only see that if like there was something with like maybe with like how shaders are being like drastically changed now. If like the community had like really embraced and done a whole lot of things with shaders, not that some people haven't done that, but like that would just entirely be like scrapped for like the new system that's coming out and the changes they're making. So like unless there is something that is just entirely changed, I don't see like data packs being bottlenecked at like a certain like version.
Okay, next topic. Oh, hang on.
Before we
Yes,
go to the
go on.
next topic about this topic as well, I was thinking about what all the other people said that they like keeping up with the snapshots, and I'm realizing that for me, I like keeping up with the snapshot changes more, reading the technical parts because for me, making data packs for Minecraft is like my way of playing Minecraft in a sense. So when we get a new snapshot, I do get a bit excited for the new gameplay changes for players, but I am more excited for the technical changes because that gives me more stuff to play with because my way of playing Minecraft is making stuff for Minecraft. Like I don't really play a lot of Minecraft in the normal way, I guess.
I fully agree with that. It's also similar with me.
Mm-hmm.
I spend more time developing and I enjoy it more. That's my way of playing the Minecraft game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even sure when the last time I actually played Minecraft was.
Okay, lovely. We have
I
to
play
move on
Minecraft.
to the next
Alex is
topic.
wanting to talk.
Already, yeah, our experts. Oh no,
Oh, yeah.
never mind.
Oh, RX, do you want to say something?
Now you are in the spotlight now.
All right, now I'm in the spot. I think I've noticed this from the last like 5 years of watching data pack development with Smith, where like people trying to keep like data packs alive through multiple versions kind of has like died a little bit. Like there's so much burnout between developers. Partially, I think the rapid development of stuff makes it difficult to have like a stable scene because we don't have like the notion of data packs having like a stable version is like sometimes data packs can update really easily between versions, sometimes they can't, and so people just always like target the latest version, and I think some of that is like a shame because data packs have the opportunity to be available in the latest version. Like people put data packs in permanent worlds, like vanilla tweaks is often used like so often in newer versions. At the moment, if we don't update within that first week, I usually get bombarded with like requests from like in our Discord and in DMs usually. So that is something where I think like tooling is something that could be invested in from the community side to make it easier to do what like Creeper has done for 10 years, like actually update something for like that long. And I think that in general would help with some of the rapid development from Mojang. But I just wanted to add my thoughts on that.
Okay, so the next question we have is that data pack development is inaccessible to beginners. I'm curious as to how everybody feels about that.
is there a higher option?
Yeah, can we go behind the wall?
Unfortunately, we can't expand the space. I haven't been given construction permits. All right. Whenever you're ready, feel free to start.
I can start because I actually recently was trying to help few new people to start developing data packs. And basically from Summit, I met with two random people that were wanting to make data packs, and like they basically asked me like, how can I how can I just get started? And basically I'm like, I really don't like. The thing is, yes, like Data Pack Hub and MCC exists for helping people, and that is good, but like there is no actually like one place people can start learning about database. Like you can learn about the basics, and wiki is a very good source, but the starting point is extremely hard. The starting point is very hard, and all the resources about everything is just scattered around everywhere. There is no one hub that you can actually learn about it, and it just makes it so for beginners it is just so hard. Like you cannot just point them to like this one video, this one Discord, this one documentation. It's just scattered on a lot of different things. So I don't. That's why I think it is extremely hard for beginners.
Yeah, the wiki especially is extremely technical, which is great if you already know things. But for a beginner, it's extremely difficult to navigate highly technical documentation.
Agreed. I think it
Yeah.
also is very dependent on what you were trying to do, like as well. Like if you like want to jump into data pack development and do world gen stuff, like good luck.
Yeah, that's really difficult.
That's like entirely different from, I don't know, just stringing some commands like in something, and yeah, as somebody that's like been like in the community for a while now, like I know like the specific people that like kind of have their specialties and like where I would go when I need to learn something. But like, I was one of those people that was struggling and like finding old data. Like I was finding like after data packs were a thing, I did not even know they existed, and I was still doing like stacked command minecarts like stuff because I found information about that still worked, and that's how I was doing stuff for like, I don't know, like a year maybe.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that the format itself is accessible. Like, you don't have to set up a build environment specifically to like make a data pack. But the problem I've found with getting people into it is that all of the information is in a message like from 3 years ago in MCC. And unless you were there when it happened or know the guy that came up with it, there's really nothing you can do about it. I think that that's probably the biggest flaw.
Okay, so Mox, you're on a bit of towards the disagree side. Can I hear your thoughts on the whole?
Yeah, I think my take on it is a little nuanced because I think a lot of the points raised are very much like if you're trying to do more advanced stuff in data packs, I agree it gets way more difficult much more quickly. But I think just starting a data pack, setting up the folder, and literally just putting it in your world, and then opening up in Notepad and writing some commands into an MC function file, I think that is not that hard to do. And if you've already experienced command blocks and done a little bit of playing around with command blocks, I think it's a fairly logical next step in terms of making content for Minecraft. And I think it is more accessible to start off with than I would say modding is. Even if it's then to do the more advanced stuff, I would argue oftentimes more difficult than implementing it in a mod.
I would say it's more accessible than modding, but you'd be surprised how many people who have come to me like, I want to make data packs, and then I tell them how to make the folder structure, and they're like, what?
Yeah, well, at least there
Folders?
is a command now for that you can just
Yes.
generate like one. But
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot better than it has been, but it's still not as accessible as it could be.
I
Yeah.
think that one problem is that players are getting too far ahead since for me it's good to have some programming knowledge.
I got scared by that. Well, I have a bit of a different view in this because I notice a lot of people that want to get into data packs. It may sound a bit strange, but they take it too seriously. Because I mentioned before that for me making a data pack is like playing Minecraft. Making data packs is like a game for me. So I never read like any wiki or watched any video or tutorials for any of the data packs stuff. I know like the most I read about data packs is like a post of in the Minecraft commands Discord in the resources channel, and that's the most I read about any data pack thing ever. All of the knowledge that I've had to in all my years making these things for Minecraft are just me going into Minecraft and messing with commands until I learned things, and like that's why I don't think it's inaccessible, because it's not like a real programming language that you are going to.
Okay.
I think there's also something to be said for just being able to get someone else's data pack and unzip it and just look at what's inside. And the fact that we literally distribute the source code of the data pack itself, I feel like that adds to the accessibility. And like, I personally learned a data pack by just looking at other data packs and working out what they were doing different to me.
Lovely. Well, that's a spoiler for a question that will be coming up later. Alrighty, next question. Mojang should implement a scripting feature for data packs. So think about what Bedrock has.
Oh. Oh. Do we want data packing to be accessible?
Well, it's up to you. What do you think about it? I'll give you guys about another 10 seconds to think about it. 10 to 20 seconds.
I fear I'm becoming a contrarian. It's always at the end.
It's all the hard hitters. Jisk, how are you feeling? Don't be afraid. Okay. Begin when you'd like.
I think that as incredible as it would be, I think that the split in parity between Bedrock and Java has scared me into wanting Mojang to keep up two standards. I'd be worried that one of them, probably the non-scripting one, would be left behind, and I think that would be really bad.
Yeah, I want to chime in at the beginning here. Like, I think this is two different questions. Would we support a scripting feature, and would Mojang do it well? Like, those are kind of like that's
Yep.
two different kind of things in this question.
That was also my concern when I looked at this. Like, I don't know how Mojang will do a great job at scripting for Minecraft. Like, it would be awesome. Like, if there was a scripting feature like 2 years ago or something like that, then maybe it would be good. But at this point, I don't know if it would even be worth it, because they already had a lot of stuff for commands. So like, will this replace the commands? Will this complement it? I just don't trust them, honestly.
Well, it's
There
up
are
to
a
you
lot
what
of-
you think about it, whether you think it's going to replace or if they're going to add it alongside.
There are a lot of community made solutions for this. So I mean, Mojang would have to somehow make something that's both better than all of those, but also doesn't make commands obsolete, or they would have to throw out the entire command system, which would not go over well, I think. So it's really, I think that the community made solutions are probably better in this instance.
Yeah, I would also tell that the community, like, there's all the community-based solutions, and it is more of a personal thing, but personally I like developing data packs in my weird little way without like it's not actually like coding. It's like it's kind of like it's coding, but like it's also a lot more weird, and I do like that quirk of it for developing for me. So that is an extra reason on top of the ones that is being told that I don't think it will be good. I think just like Snape just already told, the commitment solutions already fill that up for people who actually want to go for that, and I think this is better. Like
Yeah,
how it is at the
there's.
moment is better.
I mean, sorry, I forgot my train of thought.
It has derailed.
I
Jumped
think
on my
that
head.
the way that data packs are programmed currently is such a unique medium. Like MC function is such a unique language to work with. And I feel like just adding a traditional programming or scripting language to it is going to lose some of the magic of data packing for me, because everyone's just going to use that, right? Like, why would you use the clunky function when you can do it so much easier in the scripting language, right? Assuming the scripting language is good. And I think we will lose something by that. And I don't know if I want that for data packs.
Yeah, that what Mox said did make me think that I am in here because like I would be very curious to see like this implemented in the game, but will I use it if it was in the game? Like if we had to choose between scripting and or MC function, I would probably still use MC function because it's very fun to use. It's like I was like 3 or 4 years into using MC function when I tried assembly for the first time, and it's a bit similar to doing something in assembly because it just feels very low level in programming like terms, and I think I very much enjoy that in programming stuff in Minecraft, even though it's not real programming because it's not a real language, it's just stuff you type.
Yeah, and I wanna also add one more thing about that. Yeah, it being a lot more limiting and a lot more junky actually does, like Keter's told, and it was mentioned. Like for example, there has been so many times where I would basically just go through change logs, and just because of change log setting like something a slight change, or realizing like a way you can use like an like execute a store to actually like store a value, it kind of like from the end goal, it creates creativity for us.
It does, yeah. I think it very much encourages creativity when working in this format. I think it's similar to the people I see that like use GB Studio, I think it was called, to make games for the Game Boy. That it's like a 30-year-old console, and yet they still use it because they just like the medium and enjoy working on that. Like I think it's very similar with data packs. It's just like a very limited format, but either way, there are a lot of people doing it because it's a fun format in a way.
Yeah, there is definitely I don't know, a game portion like of it. It very much like relates one to one to like actual like playing like the game. I mean, you have command blocks, you can run those commands. Like it is like I don't know, it's kind of very much tied into the game. But there's also like on the counter to that, like it I don't know, there is like a bit of like the younger generation has it easier than we had it, and like they're never going to know the struggles that we had to go through to do these same things. And I don't know, I think that change is good, even if it's like scary sometimes, but like I I understand like both sides.
Okay, we'll move on to the next question now. And that is that macros took away some of the magic of data packs. A very familiar question,
This is the
Mox
question that makes me want to go further.
I can go further. Will I be out of the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is your question, Mox Valix, and you're obviously on the complete opposite side. So I'd like to hear your thought,
As
as
usual.
you've been desert islanded by your cohort.
Okay. Firstly, to defend myself, I love macros. I think they were a good addition to the game. I think macros have allowed data packs to do so much more. And so I'm gonna say this is not me saying that I don't think they should have been added. I'm more just I do kind of yearn for the days where you had to just like make up some bullshit to like get something to work, right? Maybe you have to like do some like messing around with entity tags to make sure you don't have duplicate strings, or like there's just all these little hacks and quirks that you could use before macros to accomplish things. All of them kind of just were made obsolete just like that. And I do feel like that some of that fun just got taken away, is really my argument here.
I think there's a lot more jank that was added by macros than now we can do.
Yep.
I don't think that the string deduplication, I never thought about doing that in tags, but I don't think that's actually been made obsolete.
Not 100%, but mostly
It was already
can
obsolete
be.
by using the keys in a an object, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe. Can you read the keys back?
It was made a lot less jank because you don't have to read the output of a command block.
Right.
Yeah, I think macros, like if we were going to have necessarily something similar to macros, this was probably the best way to add them, because for me macros still keep the like that charm, that very silly nature of MC function. Like it's not a very straightforward way of inserting stuff into other commands. Like it definitely does that, but it does it in a strange way that fits very well with the rest of NCMO function for me.
Okay. If we've got nothing else, then we'll move on to the second last topic.
I will have one little
Yeah.
thing I wanna add. Like I was developing data packs, like I started developing data packs just before macros were added and developed a decent bit, and then I came back. I took a decent bit of break of a year or two, and when I was back, macros were here. And as soon as I realized the power they had, like it still felt the same, and it opened so much roles, and it was just I don't think I can live without them anymore, especially if us with our project, we are like something that we do a lot. We create player storage, like player NPC storage, etc. And I don't like that, and like registry systems for actually data packs to support each other, like data packs to have registries to actually add into it. That is what Crop and Kettle does, and what Aspects does as well. And like macros enable that in the best way possible, and I don't think I can live without that. And it just and like I said, it still feels the same. Like in the sense of it is still like they are telling. It still feels like magic in a weird way.
Yes. You have anything to add, Terpliner, seeing as you're with Mox Valix? Okay, give him a little bit.
Oh no. Okay, hold on. There we go.
Okay, we'll move on then to the next section, the second last topic, and that's that resource packs are becoming a necessity for modern data packs?
The only thing I would want is translations being able to go in just the data pack.
Hmm.
That is the only thing that makes it for me like the resource pack is needed for the translations.
Mm.
Because I like my stuff being accessible.
Yeah.
I think that if you are not using a resource pack in modern data pack and map development, and you're not making something that's really simple, it's kind of like shooting yourself in the foot. It's kind of like you're limiting yourself without good reason, unless you have a specific reason, obviously, to not have a resource pack. Like people don't like long loading times, kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm with the message that RX sent in the chat. I very much like the idea of an optional resource pack that you can just use if you want to have some pretty textures, and you just don't download it if you're lazy or just don't care for it. But like I said, if this would be perfect if we could just put translations in the data pack that's currently not possible. But because I do think that there is still a lot of things that you can do with vanilla textures, and like there's just some features that don't really need any new textures or sounds to be added. So yeah, I think also having the subtitles in the data pack will be good for that,
Mm.
because subtitles also need a resource pack right now.
What I wanna tell is, I am kind of in the middle because it kind of depends on the project as well. Like, if your project is adding some kind of content to the base game kind of way, using resource packs are kind like does make it so your project can look better as well as it for the players. Like it actually like looks better. Like it also kind of help with like quote unquote advertising or catching the people's eyes to have is to see something custom. And on top of that, yes, I would really like translations to be possible to be in data packs. But like for example, if like we actually use translations a lot to actually just like make it so something written can actually have a lot of exchange of parts. But like whenever combined with data packs, like with the I don't know what it's actually called, the official name, but like this thing, for example, etc. So, and sadly, we don't have the functionality with just database. We actually have to implement translation keys with resource check with that. But I just cannot live without it, and it actually makes development a lot more easier. And I think because of like all of these combined, I think it is becoming a necessity
Mm.
because yeah, there you are losing even actual functionality other than being looking good as well. But
Yeah.
it depends on the project type
Mm.
as well.
Yeah. So nice, Nem. You're in the disagree section. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the topic.
I just don't think it's necessary. Like I'm just contradicting just because of like the specific nature of the question.
Mm.
Like I think that again, you can do a lot of things. I'm going to contradict myself almost from the previous. That like I think that limitation like does breed creativity, and so like if like you just I'm missing this thing, so I will just like create a thing in a resource pack, and then it will be that thing. Like uh like I don't think that's necessarily needed, but also it's highly dependent on the type of like data pack that you are doing and the experience that you want and all of that stuff. So
Mhm.
no, I don't think it's necessary. I do think it is incredibly convenient, and I use resource packs for lots of different
Yes.
stuff.
Okay. We'll move on to a final question, and this one might be a tough one for a lot of creators, and that's that creators should be allowed to obfuscate their data packs.
I'm leaving. Goodbye, guys.
I
need
think
to.
one of the
I need to
ways you
split myself.
obfuscate is just by not publishing it. You put it on a server
Yes.
and like realms, and then there you go. You've obfuscated your pack because people can't download it.
Yeah. And it is
Yeah,
definitely
and
possible
very
to obfuscate data packs and also maps as well. I've seen it in the community once or twice with some players that specifically don't want to share their projects or tech. But I thought I'd put the reminder out there that this sort of stuff exists.
A lot
Yeah,
of
like-
the reason I'm in the middle is because I think that code should be open source, but I also think that attribution and crediting is very important. And there's a lot of websites and like those Minecraft map websites are like, download this map, but watch 13 ads first, and also we didn't upload this. No credit to the creator. Those kind of websites make me not want to ever make a map ever.
But like obfuscation doesn't prevent those websites, like because ultimately they're just distributing your pack as it is.
Right. Well, when I'm
Like, you're
saying
just harming the
obfuscating,
people that would want to see how it works.
I'm saying less obfuscating and more uploaded on a server so no one can download it, versus just pushing it out there, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's a different.
That's true. That's just how I
goalpost.
interpret obfuscation, because I mean obfuscation can easily be broken in data packs.
Yeah, I'm on the side of like I think what Snave is saying that like I'm on the side of I think that creators should be able to like protect like their like creation if they want to. Like it I'm love open source. Like I'm more than willing to like, you know, talk and share anything that I do and have it all open. But also like I think that people that are doing this just for the love of the game, also there is no like way of monetizing like any sort of content like on like the Java side, like that like there is like on the well like there is on Bedrock and stuff. But
I think what I would say is like ossification does like there is some points where ossification can actually be useful, etc. And like Sam said, basically placing it on a server and never sharing that. We actually did that at one point with one of our servers, and we do plan to do that. But I think that's technically fully ossification. Ossification is basically like, you know, the and like I'm gonna move a little bit towards here, not fully away. There is some cases where you would want to do it for like for example, a competitive server where you don't want actually like, or like you don't like something with an Easter egg that people don't want to find out, by just looking at the code, etc. But allowing for full on obfuscation would like the data picks, like we already kept talking, like all of the information about is kind of in weird place. We look into each other's source code to sometimes understand stuff, and most of the stuff that's being told technically can be not sold, but like licenses exist for this reason and for open like for stuff like this. And I do use a license. Yes, there it is very hard to enforce, but like especially for database, I actually haven't seen or heard many cases. Maybe I don't really come across it, but like of it being distributed without like your credit or without like in a not proper way. And I think that's really a problem. And like prove me wrong if there's actually some case that you guys know. But yeah, for this, especially for like it will basically just make it so already very hard, like very hard to find stuff about database, just harder, because there has been so many times where I am like, okay, I want to do this, and I just open another database that kind of does something similar to see, oh, this is how you check if the player has the resource backload or not, to actually warn them about it. For example, I did check, I don't remember which one I checked, but there was like a database that did it, and like that will just take that away and will just hurt the stuff a lot more. There is some cases, like I said, for like Easter egg stuff, etc., that you might want to do it, but overall, I don't think it should be like full on and allowed thing.
Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna for this final activity, we're gonna get the whole audience to come up onto the stage here for a little bit of a a photo opportunity, but also skipping ahead to our final secret topic, which is data packs are vanilla.
Okay.
Oh god, oh no! Oh no!
We're gonna get everybody to line up,
Yes.
see whether they agree or disagree, and then we're gonna
Somebody's
take a nice
impossible.
little photo with everybody in there, except for myself. Alrighty, RX get
Data
in there
packs are a
too.
tool in vanilla to create modded content.
And this calls back to the title image. Alrighty, everybody, look at the camera. Be very happy, making sure. Psyduck,
Oh,
I'm sorry, but you're probably AFK. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we've got the screenshots, and this will conclude the panel, guys. Thank you. Well, not panel. It's a fireside, but thank you guys for joining, and a big thank you to all of the data packers that came. Ephemerity, Mox of Alex, Little Spartan, Snapesuit, nicest name. We have as well Topno, and I believe I'm missing. Oh, Jisk 2.
Yeah, Jisk is here, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Oh,
Oh, Psyduck was here, but he decided not to. So
they're right there.
He was
Oh.
AFK.
AFK.
Got TP.
Alrighty. Yes, I will end the
Yes, sir.
stream here, and you guys can continue discussing about whatever the hell you like.